Coach, obviously that was a big night in a lot of ways, a lot going on. What did you kind of take out of the night?
I'm not sure if I can say it any better than what Lily just identified as the unity of this team. And what's beautiful is when someone makes a mistake or someone has had an injury, the next person is ready to go. They step up, they step in, and they deliver. And they do it in such a beautiful manner with confidence and grace. So the energy was electric tonight. The power of pink is powerful. I think back about 18 years ago when this was created by Sarah Patterson. I talked to her right before the meet, and I said, would you ever have thought 18 years later we would be going this strong? And I asked one of our alumni who's a breast cancer survivor, she said, Dana, if one person uses the mammogram fund at DCH, if one person has early detection and gets a mammogram, if one person tonight is inspired by what we did, then we got to win. And I truly believe that this is a community sport. Alabama gymnastics is bigger than just gymnastics. And I just feel the unity that's being created makes the team alive and everyone wants to come watch. And then breaking down the actual event, of course, I'm going to look at what we did well, what we could do better. But I will tell you that on all 4 events, every leadoff did their job. And the goal is to maintain that momentum and kind of get on the train and get rolling. But then when you have a dip, next second's more important, and we did that a lot tonight, and that will make us stronger.
Mikey?
Mikey.
I didn't want to get yelled at for not asking a question again. Do you have any other updates about Makari Naga? Because he had that scary looking injury on the floor. Do we have any updates on her yet?
What we do know is her Achilles is fine, thank God. And we will assess what actually happened. And I will tell you that first pass and her dance and the way the crowd was responding, probably the best floor routine she's performed yet. So it was very unfortunate. At the same time, we will take good care of her. We will find out what's going on. And just, I'm grateful it's not the Achilles.
Katie, go ahead.
How big was Shallon tonight? We've already talked about some of the season her in the leadoff on ball, but just stepping in and being able to perform she was able to give.
Proud of Shallon, the experience she's gained and the confidence she has and the maturity I've seen over 4 years. And if you know Shallon, you'll understand what I mean when I talk about the maturity piece. She was so prepared for balance beam, and when I made that decision on bars, I walked over and I just said, trust yourself, trust your training. And she had this smirk on her face that I was so confident. I'm like, this young lady is about to go dominate that routine. And then when she landed that beam dismount, that was huge. And then just the teammate she's been. If I needed her to go on floor, she would have stepped in and done floor. So I really appreciate her attitude, her work ethic, and seeing that hard work is being, translated into her competition.
Go ahead.
With Makari's injury, do you have anyone in mind that would take her place while she's in recovery?
I haven't thought that far in advance. I believe that we have some great depth on floor. We have several young women that can step in. It was a big step for Emily Gaskins to get out there, so she would be a great option. Maddie Wellagora was unavailable this week, so that's another athlete that's available. We have several that are still training and trying to break into the lineup. So I feel very fortunate that the depth is there, and hopefully Makari will be back, as soon as possible. But while she's not, the girls will step in, and they will do it for each other. Thank you for the question.
Katie?
We've also talked about Lily a lot this season, but just what kind of poise does that show that she has as a freshman, that she was able to step in from that moment right after? It's got to be hard for anyone after seeing your teammate get injured, but that she was able to deliver that type of performance right after that.
She's a gamer. She is this way in practice. She's very consistent. She doesn't waste a lot of turns. She's a well-trained technical athlete, and her club coach, Volley, did a phenomenal job in just the foundation. And so it's beautiful to see her trust herself every time she goes out there. I still have some areas I feel like we can gain some tenths here and there, but she's always open, she's coachable, and she's resilient. And she is the kind of athlete, I joke, who wants the ball with 1 second left? And she's the type of woman that would want the ball. And I appreciate that, especially as a freshman.
Go ahead.
With Lily and scoring the 9.95 and having that just great performance, and do you think in the next couple meets with the little touch-ups, do you think she can get a 10 this season?
I hope so. I hope so. There's a couple of our athletes I think can get a 10 on a couple different events, and I do hope that at some point they perform that way and it's earned. I think the biggest piece about what Lily did after an injury was to show a mental endurance and a mental tenacity that is going to bode well, and I hope that becomes contagious to more of our athletes that are on the team because it's a great role model to have.
Go ahead.
Emily Gaskin's Florida team had a couple songs that are fan favorites for Alabama, got the crowd really into it. Do you guys set that up by design, right? She goes before the last couple people, and the crowd energy really started to pick up there with that music choice?
Her place in the rotation is really based on just where we are right now in our lineup choices. The music she chose was her vision, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but both of her sisters went to Gainesville, and she chose Alabama, and she's like, I want Sweet Home Alabama in there. I want Dixieland Delight. I want to get the crowd on their feet. And interesting enough, she has 2 Florentines this year. One is a classical version, but we chose at home to do the Sweet Home Alabama routine. I hope we get to do both this season. At the same time, that was pretty good, so we might stick with it. We'll just have to see what happens.
Katie?
Someone that, maybe we haven't talked about as much this year, but has kind of consistently performed in her spots is Cam Machado. Just what have you seen out of her consistency week to week?
I really love Cameron, and her personality is special. She's kind of has this swagger about her and a dependability, and as a teammate, her team really loves her, and I feel like she is a sleeper, and you watch her lines are impeccable. Once again, they trained so well from her club coach, and I'm just impressed that she continues to get better. She wanted to be perfect on beam tonight, and I knew that she was going to be disappointed in that performance. But I'm not sure if you saw those wolf turn triples and double turns, and it's phenomenal. So I want to keep putting her out there, allow her to keep building her confidence. But if we can have her do what she does confidently, the way she trains it, she can break the 9-9 on all 3 events she's training.
Is that skill on beam kind of rare in college?
I've seen singles and I've seen some doubles, but I have not seen many athletes perform a triple and a double. And she does it on floor as well. She does a triple. And it's really, really fun. If you listen to the team, they go 1, 2, 3, and you hear them. And it's just fun. She's just super talented. But it is a very hard skill. And when our fans see that, it's okay for them to go crazy because it's really challenging.
And what's the name of it again?
It's a triple wolf turn and a double wolf turn. Both of them are an E skill, so she actually gets 2 tenths plus 2 tenths, and if she connects it, she gets another 2 tenths. So the first 2 skills of beam routine has 6 tenths bonus if she does it right, which is pretty good.
Anything else for Coach? Go ahead.
Overall, where do you kind of feel like your team is at right now after getting 1 ISO for the 4th meet in a row?
I gave someone a visual the other day, Katie. I feel like here's around this climb, and I'm very confident that we'll continue to climb. And if we practice and continue to increase our averages in the gym, then those averages should increase in competition.
All right. Anything else for Coach? Thank y'all. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Roll Tide.